Welcome, Leo, to your mid-June to mid-July love reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. This is a general reading, Leo, so take what resonates. This is about love, but I also have general readings as well on my channel, so I will leave a link for you in this video if you want to check out your general reading as well. Now, you start out with the energy of the Emperor for the next few weeks. Now, what powerful, strong energy this is. Now, for some of you, this can talk about an Aries in your life. But what the Emperor talks about is really you taking control, you taking the reins of a situation when it comes to love. Now, for a lot of you, you might be really trying to figure stuff out emotionally for yourself. But what it really does talk about is you are the one that is taking control of your relationship and stepping out and being the one to sort things out if there have been small issues. And you're being really practical as well. Now, if you're not in a relationship, I feel like you are taking the reins here as well when it comes to your love life. So you might be going out more, you might be going on dating sites, you might even just approach someone that you've had your eye on for a while. You are actually going to be taking the lead here when it comes to your relationship, because the Emperor is all about strength and being the one that is, the one in control of your own life and your own relationship as well. And you're really, if you're in a relationship and there has been issues there, you might even be the one that's sort of taking control of things and trying to sort out any tensions that there may have been between you and your partner. And you're really sort of taking your fate into your own hands, so to speak, here. And it's actually really wonderful. And if you are in a relationship, I see this as being a very significant one and a very strong one, and one that can pretty much withstand anything that is thrown at it. You're able to withstand outside pressures, and you're actually able to be flexible enough to adapt. And you really are both quite honest enough to face problems without collapsing. So if you have had any issues, you're able to really work stuff out together here. But the Emperor is talking about reaping rewards now. There's no time to hesitate, Leo. Gather up your courage and strength and go out into the world if you do want to become involved in a relationship. And go out into the world, even if you're in a relationship, and sort things out for yourself and your partner. If you've got any unfinished emotional business that has really held you back in the past, you're able to actually tackle this over the next few weeks. And the speed at which things are going to be happening is going to be quite astonishing for you as well. But it's just quite a lovely energy, And if you're in a relationship, I see this strengthening, this partnership strengthening and deepening, and even your friendships are strengthening and deepening. So some of you may be involved or becoming involved on a deeper level with someone that you may have just considered a friend, but now things seem to be getting a little bit more closer, and you may go from that next step from being friends to actually just being in a relationship here as well. Now, I do feel like this card is definitely bringing up some decisions for you that you will be making. Now, you can see the 7 there, the daydreams and decisions card. This would normally be the 7 of Cups. And this really is, I think, going to be very easy for you with that Emperor card there. So when this card shows up in a love reading, any sort of, it does often talk about confusion regarding your love life. But with the Emperor there, I'm feeling like you're able to overcome any of this kind of confusion. But what the Daydream and Decisions card does talk about is choices. And you are really going to be asking yourself some deep questions here about your relationship, about where you are in life right now, and where you want to be going when it comes to relationships. And you do have a lot of options in front of you here, Leo. And you might actually be finding yourself just imagining how you would like your life to be and what direction you'd like your love life to go in. So really have some fun with it here. It's quite, any cups, and you've got the 7 and the 8 of Cups here. Any cups are all about emotion, all about love. And I feel like with Daydreams and Decisions, once you've actually sorted out what it is that you want to do and the possibilities that you have in front of you, you are going to be taking action. That Emperor card there is telling me you are taking action when it comes to your love and relationships. And, it's pleasant to daydream and imagine how you would like your life, but when you daydream and imagine things, it stays in your mind. So you have to actually take action. So I'm really thinking the Emperor is going to be helping you here. And reflect on what it is that you want. Reflect on your wishes and decide what feels right for you, Leo, and go in the direction that you really need to be going in. Now, it's interesting. You've got the 7 and the 8 there. And the 8 is moving on, as you can see. Now, this would traditionally be the card of the 8 of Cups. And this is a card of change. It's a card of movement. It's a card of authenticity. And, I feel like because if any of you have had any issues in an existing relationship or any issues that have stuck with you from past relationships, this is really going to change. There is absolutely going to be this ending, and whenever the 8 of Cups comes in, it's about turning your back on a difficult emotional time in your life and actually moving forward, realizing that is behind you now and you can move forward. You're going to be really letting that stuff go if you've been hanging on to anything, because it can make you quite stagnant. And this is, as I mentioned, if you have had any issues in an existing relationship, you might find that Emperor energy is now going to have you sitting down with your partner and talking it out. If you've had issues in the past and the pain has been in your heart and you've been carrying that around with you, you are going to realize that this now is the time to let things go as well and move on. It's quite wonderful. And these are working very, very well with that Emperor card. I'm seeing these are very, very much connected. And you're asking yourself a lot of deep questions here over the next few weeks, And if you're not, I really feel like you should be. You need to ask yourself, are your relationships bringing you joy? Are you able to be your authentic self in a relationship? You know, are you pretending to be somebody else just to make the other person happy? You know, are you are you being held back by emotional pain from past relationships that you are still carrying around? You know, you need to actually ask yourself some deep questions. And for some of you, you may even be ending a relationship. You might actually have the strength in that Emperor card to say, you know what, this doesn't serve me anymore, and I am simply going to walk away. And I don't feel like this energy is there for a lot of people, but for some of you, the cards are really perfect for you if you have been contemplating your life and how you're feeling within an existing relationship. Some of you may very well walk away. But this is a really good time now over the next few weeks to give yourself some space and give yourself permission to really determine what it is that you need and what you want. And I really see you making these wonderful decisions for yourself, Leo, with that Emperor. That is just such a great card for you. Now, your final card there is the Confront card. Now, this is a card that would normally be the Moon, and this is a card of intuition, and it can be a card of illusion, but it can also be a card of clarity. And again, my intuition is telling me you are becoming very clear on where it is you want to go. And some things that perhaps have been hidden are going to be coming out over the next few weeks. And you are going to be having some clarity here. This is also a card of courage. You know, in this particular deck, this is a card of questioning and exploring. So you might be doing this intuitively. A lot of you are going within and really you're asking for some clarity. And if there have been some feelings that have been laying dormant, I feel like they're going to be coming to the surface. But this is going to be a good thing, because this, to me, links in with that Eight of Cups, or that moving on card. This feelings that perhaps you have been carrying deep down within you, emotional hurts, things that perhaps even happened long before you were in an existing relationship, or things that happened when you were younger that you've been carrying for a long time, that have prevented you from entering into successful relationships in the future. I think a lot of stuff is coming to the surface over the next few weeks, and you're going to be able to really let those go. You know, if you look at the image, you see the person standing in front of a doorway, and there's the shadow of that person. And the moon can represent the shadow side of yourself. It can represent your fears and your delusions as well regarding matters of the heart. So if you've got any concerns about examining these issues, I feel, I feel like if you do, maybe talk to a friend, a healer, someone, a confidant. But I feel like with the Emperor there, I'm not feeling a lot of you are going to be having any problem with this. I'm feeling you've got the courage here to actually acknowledge and confront these feelings, and look at them from all sides, and you're really able to determine where they're coming from. And how did they get planted in your subconscious? I'm feeling for a lot of you, this is stuff that happened when you were young as well, that could be preventing you from either entering into a relationship successfully, or perhaps if you're in a relationship and you're having certain issues, finding out where those issues come from and whether they are something that stem from you and from your past. But this is quite wonderful. This is quite wonderful energy here, Leos. This is absolutely you being able to go in and find what it is, in a sense, that is going to help you move forward to that next stage in your relationship, or that next stage in finding your true love. So I hope that resonated with you, Leo. As I mentioned at the beginning, I will leave that link here. So check out your more general overview of the month of June in the link above. Have a great month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.